it's Nina from VR Focused. We are here at VRDC and I'm joined here with
Ben Fenster, the CEO and co-founder of Anzu, an immersive first 3D advertising platform for 3D, VR and AR apps across all major platforms and devices.
So this is a pretty big deal, right? You
Definitely.
noticed that there was a big problem. How did you guys start and why did you guys decide to focus on this?
Basically, we all have extensive background in advertising technologies, and we saw that there is a very big problem, especially in mobile VR, where the developers just don't have any viable advertising solutions, and we see them competing in the same market with giants like, Zynga and King and all the game manufacturers that have giant user values and they can pay for a user like 10 times more than they can, and we saw it just unfair, and we need to find a way to balance it out and give them an advertising solution. Advertising has been the backbone of any global media, and it won't be any difference for VR and AR apps. So it was important for us to find for them a solution, and we started to build this solution. Understand that the problem goes much deeper, because actually the entire industry suffers from the surge in ad blocker usage, where everybody is using it. So why are they doing it? If there is no problem, why people need to block ads? And the thing is, we understood there is a big problem because user experience and advertising experience today are two separate things. You either see an ad or play a game. And we think, why it has to be this way? We want to merge them together, and this is actually our mission statement, bridging the gap between advertising and user experience.
Okay, so say I want to advertise my soda bottle and I see an experience where I want to work together with them. How are you doing this?
So let's start in the beginning. First of all, there is the supply side and there is demand. The one who wants to advertise is the demand, and the one that wants to sell his advertising positions is the supply. We all the time expand our supply network by connecting with developers that use our SDK. Really, we support all Unity and Unreal and even a native API for people that use their own engine. And all the major devices, PC, Android, iOS, really any type of device, even consoles like PS4 by the end of the year. And they use the SDK. It literally takes 1 minute to integrate it, and they start to choose where they want to show ads. Then we take these places and we connect them to people that want to buy them. For example, appearing on a racing car as a logo, then we contact Coca-Cola, for example, or Gillette, or brands that really likes extreme sports or stuff like, or Red Bull, so that do want to appear on a racing car game. So of course, no problem. Using our platform, it's very easy to do that, and we can use their existing 2D advertising materials like banners and videos and HTML5 interactive ads even, and immediately put them inside the games.
But what about VR, right? So we're talking about an immersive experience, and
Definitely.
Is it going to appear sort of in the backdrop like it would in real life?
Yeah.
Or is it a 3D object that will suddenly appear out of nowhere because...
So we have several types of ad units. Let's break it down. We have the blended ad unit that blends into the world. It could be a poster on a wall. It could be a logo on a car. It could be a billboard with a video on it. It could be a terminal like an ATM with a dynamic HTML5 ad that reacts to your clicks, or a controller pad clicks or whatever. We give an API. The developer can decide what is the call to action because he knows the game and its controllers, like million types of controllers, and we support them all using the API. The developer can decide on this experience in VR, for example. This is what I meant about thinking immersive first, because we didn't decide there is a click. We decided there is an interaction, and you decide using the API how to implement that. And it's very easy. So this is one thing. And the other thing is that we do another thing that is very cool is 3D ad tracking. We have the ability to actually track what was actually seen, which part of the ad was seen, what size did it take from the entire screen, and for how long it was visible. And that gives a lot of data and empowers the developers to know what interests the user, how do they react to stuff, and for the advertiser to get priceless data about the impression reaction, which is something nobody has.
So, I mean, really in general, it's kind of like trying to figure out ad people are trying to figure out when they walk down the street, do they actually pay attention to that poster?
Exactly.
You put them into a game, and now you can actually figure it out.
Measure it to very precise way. And for example, you are Coca-Cola and you need to buy a billboard in the middle of Times Square. It costs millions, literally millions of dollars. Which ad would you put? You have million ads. How do you know which one to put there? So first of all, you will pay research companies a lot of money on focus group to try and analyze it all. We are saying we will measure it and give you the exact numbers. And not only that, we'll be able to offer you the ability to tailor-made your brand experience to exactly what you want. Maybe you want a specific audience to see the ad this way. Maybe you want this one to see it in another way, and we can even target it according to the in-game metrics, according to what they report to us, like only the people that finish a certain level will see an ad, or maybe just some people from a specific location or using a specific device. Maybe you just want to target all the Samsung Gear VR users. No problem. So this is what we give, for example, for advertisers, this level of precision and brand experience and brand awareness. And for publishers, we provide the ability to monetize in a completely new channel, which is, tapping into the limitless potential of 3D ad placements, because you can put much more of them, and it's not intrusive. So the end user wins because he can get much more content at a lower price because the developer is making much more money. The developer is making much more money, and the advertiser gets a whole new premium channel to advertising. So it's like, for the first time, we have the ability to create this perfect win-win situation, and we're really excited about it.
I can imagine. So for which platforms is this going to be available for, which headsets, and when?
So it's already available now. We started a private launch. It's important for us to choose the developers that will take part in it at the moment, because we are preparing now to scale. And before we do that, we want to kind of pick and choose exactly to match to the demand we already have. The next step coming in Q1 next year will be to open it all as a self-serve. Everybody will just be able to register, get the SDK, and start working like you work with Facebook SDK, for example. You don't call Facebook and tell them I want to integrate. You just do it. So this is where we are going. In terms of this integration, it's really easy, 1 minute integration. It will be available on all platforms. When I mean all, I'm serious. PC, Mac, Android, iOS, Xbox, PS4 is coming soon. And in terms of development framework, Unity, Unreal, and even native API for OpenGL and DirectX. So anybody can join the party and enjoy the new kind of monetization experience.
And developers, are they able to come to you and say, listen, we really want to take part of this. We think that we could use the ad revenue. How do we go about sort of making that connection?
So it's very easy. You just go to anzu.io and go to the developer section. There they just fill a form that let us know a little bit about what they do, what kind of apps do they have, and then to the ones we'll see, we have already the direct advertisers that want this exact app. We'll start the integration, and the ones that don't, once we have, we'll contact them. So in the end, it's worthwhile. You should definitely register it if you want this type of monetization channel, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
And what about 360 live broadcast stuff? That must be a big way for advertisers to come in and do something in 360 film. Like basketball,
I will tell you,
baseball.
Actually in 360 videos, we support it, by the way, but we see it as a very high barrier. Today to produce a high quality 360 video, you need very expensive equipment. You need a crew that even know how to, direct such a film and produce such a film and create a script for it. And it's not scalable in the way it's being made. So this is why we believe that our new way of advertising that can take any type of existing 2D ad formats and use them in a VR, AR world is a very good solution, because you can start immediately and you don't need to invest a lot of money to start or think in a new way. Think exactly in the way you used to and join the VR, AR world. And more than that, you see that people that don't know how to produce these videos can actually make more harm than good, because in the end, immersive technology has the ability to enhance user experience, but they also have the ability to enhance bad user experiences. So this is a slippery slope, and we believe that blocking experiences is not the future of advertising. The future of advertising is in an experience that blends into the user experience and not on top of it. And imagine that you are in a very specific flow in a game, doing something, then everything stops and you go to another place. We think that nobody will, People will not like this experience. And this is the kind of one of the reasons why you don't see a lot of you see bad retention statistics in mobile VR, because a lot of them are using a lot of 360 videos, and I think this is exactly the cause for it.
So I'm not sure if you watch the British TV show Black Mirror.
Yeah.
There is an episode where a player sort of is continuously bombarded with advertising. And I think it's really important that as a company you have like an ethics code. You make sure that if people don't want to see it, there should be a way of making sure that there's no infiltration.
Yeah.
There must be some. Is there a special ethic code or a barrier?
Of course. But you need to remember with our advertising, something that is very nice. Even if you put a lot of ads, it's not interfering with your user experience because it's not blocking you. Like with the example you gave, it pops up like it blocks him from doing something. Like when you go in the real world, in the middle of Times Square, you see like literally hundreds of ads in parallel. Does it bother you? No. You walk in the street, you are happy, you are having fun, right?
Yeah, so you're making sure that as a company and ethically that the brands will not be intrusive in any of the VR or AR apps, and it will blend in the same way that it would in real life, and in exchange you get much more brand awareness. Rather than spending the money on something crazy, you can get all that same information in a VR or AR app.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Great. So where can we find out more information about your product? Is there a website or a place that we can go to?
Definitely at anzu.io. You can just go into the website, learn more as an advertiser or as a developer. And as a developer, you can sign up for a private launch and we'll be happy to have you on board.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Okay,
and head over to vrfocus.com if you want to find out any more about what they're up to and what is going on in VR and AR. And I will see you there.